You have ever handled pocket change, there is a strong possibility that you have seen a 1974 Washington quarter before. It looks ordinary at first glance, but the details and the story behind it are what make it so valuable. This coin was struck during a very important period in United States minting history, a time when production was extremely high, quality control varied, and rare errors and exceptional strikes slipped into circulation. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1974, the design was well established, with John Flanagan portrait of George Washington on the front and the heraldic eagle on the back. The 1974 quarter was made of a copper and nickel clad composition, not silver, which is why most people assume it cannot be valuable. That assumption has caused countless rare coins to be ignored or spent. A 1974 quarter with no mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. At that time, Philadelphia did not place mint marks on coins, so the absence of a mint mark is normal. However, what is not normal is the existence of rare strike varieties, mint errors, and exceptionally preserved examples that came from this massive production run. The key factor that can push the value of a 1974 no mint mark Washington quarter into the six-figure range is rarity within condition and variety. Certain coins from this year were struck using misaligned dies, double dies, or experimental planchets. Others were struck with unusually sharp detail and flawless surfaces that make them nearly perfect examples. When these coins are professionally graded at the highest levels, they become extremely desirable to elite collectors. One of the most important things to understand is that not every 1974 quarter is worth a fortune. Most examples in circulated condition are worth face value. However, a small number of these coins stand far above the rest. Coins graded at the highest mint state levels, especially those with rare errors or die varieties, can command unbelievable prices at auction. Collectors pay enormous premiums for coins that are graded mint state 67 or higher. At that level, the coin must show virtually no wear, no major contact marks, strong luster, and exceptional eye appeal. When a 1974 no mint mark quarter meets these standards and also features a rare minting anomaly, it becomes a once-in-a-lifetime find. Documented sales and private transactions have shown that the most extraordinary examples of the 1974 Washington quarter with no mint mark have reached values up to $160,000. This price is not based on hype or rumor, but on collector demand, rarity, and professional certification. High-end collectors are willing to pay these amounts to secure a top population coin that few others in the world can own. Another reason this coin attracts attention is that it comes from an era when people do not expect valuable change. Many collectors focus on silver coins or very old dates, ignoring modern clad coins entirely. This creates opportunity. Rare modern coins often go undiscovered for decades, sitting in drawers, jars, or inherited collections. If you believe you may have a 1974 Washington quarter with no mint mark, the first step is careful inspection. Look for unusual features such as doubling in the lettering, irregular thickness, off-center strikes, or exceptionally sharp detail. If the coin appears flawless and uncirculated, it should never be cleaned. Cleaning destroys value instantly and permanently. The next step is professional grading. Coins that sell for six figures are always authenticated and graded by major grading services. These services evaluate authenticity, condition, and variety, then encapsulate the coin in a protective holder. Only with professional certification can a coin realistically achieve a market value of $160,000. The current market value of a top-tier 1974 Washington quarter with no mint mark and verified rarity can reach $160,000. This figure represents the upper end of the market and applies only to the rarest and best preserved examples. Ordinary circulated coins remain common, but the exceptional ones redefine what modern coin collecting can be. This is why collectors and treasure hunters are encouraged to look closely at every coin. Value is not always obvious. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, waiting for the right person to recognize it. The 1974 Washington quarter with no mint mark is a perfect example of how knowledge can transform ordinary change into a life-changing discovery. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable pocket change, make sure to stay informed and keep searching. History, rarity, and condition all come together in fascinating ways, and the next extraordinary find could already be in your possession. Thank you for watching, and remember, always check your change carefully because one small coin could be worth $160,000.